Hello and welcome to glennzb TV, the show that puts glennzb into your virtual headset. Yes, I'm bringing New Zealand to the world, and the world to New Zealand. And I've got to hats off. Finally, somebody has listened. Great work, South Korea. Your fertility rate is set to hit a record low of 0.96. That's right. So less than one. I mean, obviously, you shouldn't be giving birth to less than a baby. Not quite a baby. But anyway, which the 0.04, which bit are you leaving off the baby? I don't even want to think about it. But yeah, the average number of babies born per woman of reproductive age is due to be as low as 0.96 this year, falling below 1 for the first time in history. And so this is really something to be celebrated. Of my ban kids, put an end to children policy. So many problems can be solved just like that. So let's hope it's a continuing downward trend, and they'll get that down to 0 in no time. And while I'm complimenting people with babies, great work, Jacinda, taking a completely different plane. In fact, leaving the country, rearranging your whole transport just to avoid being on a plane with a baby. I think this is to be commended. We need to keep all babies off planes, and preferably off the planet. I'm not suggesting that she puts the baby in a rocket. That seems extreme and definitely a waste of taxpayers' money. Although, could we get Rocket Lab on board with that? I don't know. It's ideas, all ideas. But while we're at it, New Zealand, you need to. You're all up in arms about using the Air Force plane for your own nefarious purposes. But have you seen what other countries do? For example, we had a guy recently who himself was not that good at flying planes. John McCain died, and they flew him around in Air Force One. That's the president's plane right there. They got so carried away. This is the other day in Phoenix, and as you can see, lovely day in Phoenix. It was like 35, 36 degrees. They made these people stand at attention on the tarmac for at least 45 minutes. I watched this on television live while they loaded the coffin into the plane and then waited for it to get ready to take off, and then it took off eventually. They were starting to wobble, no hats. And yet we're worried about one Prime Minister and one Air Force plane. That really, if she can't order the Air Force around, who can? Just get a grip. Now, I've done that thing where I've dropped my headlines on the ground again. So, can I be bothered picking them up? Or they're there anyway. Except, I've also got my news article about, that's just gone as far as my steps, so I can get that. School lunches. The health researchers are joining the call for a national health food policy to be adopted by our schools. Apparently, I think this is a tuck shop scenario. Poor food choices are the number one cause of bad health, and so they want schools to provide menus similar to hospitals. So they want disgusting food rather than nice food. I think that's what's going on there. Anyway, there's probably something in this, because when I was at school, I used to take apricot jam and cottage cheese sandwiches. And really, that's kind of like, there's stuff in the Geneva Convention about that sort of torture, because they just go soggy almost immediately. And yeah, so we need to take steps to make sure something like that is never repeated, is basically what I'm saying. So they're on the right track. And finally, just a little add-on. I saw this report today on the CNN Money Show with Brewdog, which is a sort of a big craft brewing outfit in the States. They've got their own TV channel now, but it's already causing problems because they've got something called Elvis juice, which they didn't ask Elvis Presley's estate about. They have Beer for Girls, which apparently has also raised a few eyebrows for some reason, especially on International Women's Day. And they have a parody porn site called Beer Porn. So all of those things, to be honest, I actually really love, and I hope that they go even further. I am Glenn ZB. I am prepared to go further. Thank you for having me in your virtual headset regardless. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more.